It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Gonna get up pretty, baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up pretty, baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fibernew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Gonna get up pretty, baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart, Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up pretty, baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham. Score! Ethan Cunningham! Hat trick! Game-winning goal! The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup! And Ethan Cunningham is a local hero!
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fibernew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
As they say in preseason hockey, let's do that preseason hockey. Hello, good evening, and welcome back to the Ice Castle, where we are trackside in Castle Shannon, Pennsylvania, for the nightcap of this 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament quarterfinal doubleheader on TenbandTV. Elimination play has begun in this annual preseason event that benefits 3 different charities. We'll tell you about that later. The matchup, the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings in dark blue taking on the Mars Planets in white. Mars, along with Hempfield, one of the top 2 seeds, the only 2 non-AAA teams to qualify for the elimination round in this year's tournament. And the Planets, under third-year head coach Cody Black, got it done by running the table in Pool D, as in David. 3 wins, good for 12 total points. And what an ascent by the Mars Varsity Planets. In year one under Cody Black, the former state champion player at NA, they were the hottest team in the league, one of them anyway, going into the playoffs, but stubbed their toe against Moon. Last year, year two under Cody Black, they were again one of the hottest teams in the league down the stretch. They entered the Penguins Cup final after dethroning previously unbeaten Chartiers Valley, the previous champion, 14 straight wins before they ran into a history-making Avonworth Antelopes outfit, and we'll just leave it at that. The Planets getting some small measure of revenge in round-robin play with a big win over the Lopes last week, but they are still after that elusive fifth all-time Penguins Cup, and winning that title is something they have not done since 2015. Xavier Bossola, number 50 in white, the leading scorer in the PIHL Charities tournament, entering this Monday night, 6 goals, 10 points. The Planets looking to play last year's tournament champion, the Seneca Valley Raiders, if they prevail in this one over Anthony Rako's Central Catholic Vikings. Rako, previously the Seneca Valley coach, now in year two behind Central's bench. And Central looking to erase a long postseason drought of their own. They're just trying to win a playoff round. They haven't done that since 2017, in fact. They've been 0-6 in playoff games since, including a goalie duel against North Allegheny last year, a tough 1-0 loss. Mars coming off a goalie duel last week, beating Pine Richland 1-0. Central Catholic winning 2 of their 3 round-robin games to win Pool F as in Felix with a total of 11 points. And they've got an offense by committee in the preseason with 10, make that 11 different goal scorers through those first 3 Charities tournament games. And Judah Brophy's 5 points, number 11 in dark blue, have been enough to lead the way for the Vikings as Brophy warms up somewhere in the mix. Off to our left, Matteo Mesiti, who had a big goal for Pittsburgh Central Catholic in the lopsided round-robin win over Baldwin. He's got 4 points, as does Aaron Daly, who was one of the hotter players, number 2 in dark blue in last year's tournament, previously known as the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off. And we'll see if he can have a hand in this contest for the Vikings tonight. The goaltending matchup, come what may, should be interesting. Both goaltenders, projected goaltenders anyway, have shutouts to their credit in round-robin play. Mason Barberi, number 1 for Central Catholic, blanked the Plum Mustangs in the preseason opener. Adam Gow rope-a-dope the Pine Richland Rams with 42 saves of his own, and Gow will be evidently back in the cage for Cody Black's Fightin' Planets as we get ready to begin this second quarterfinal contest. Earlier it was Peters Township getting off to a fast start and upending Franklin Regional to advance to the other semifinal game, which will be tomorrow at 8 on TenbandTV. And the Indians will face the Hempfield Spartans, another Westmoreland County outfit. Again, one of these two teams going to play the Seneca Valley Raiders in Game 1 tomorrow night, which will be 6 p.m. Eastern Time on TenbandTV. And we hope you'll join us, whoever you're rooting for, on Championship Wednesday at 7 p.m. right here from Ice Castle. Once again, the scoring system in round-robin play. Each team was able to earn as many as 5 points in each of their 3 round-robin games. 2 points for a win of any kind. 1 point for outscoring your opponent in a particular period. Half a point if the team split the period, as we're underway quickly with Gow making his first save right off the opening rush. And that was for Central Catholic getting denied. That was Central Catholic getting denied, off the opening rush as the Vikings regained possession behind their own net. Ray Travado skating out through center across the attacking line before he is sandwiched by a couple of Planets. Grant Weaver and Jack Tersch, the defensive duo, out here to begin the game for Mars. Basola takes the outlet pass, tries to outmuscle Brendan McGurk. McGurk stays with him. Basola, the big forward, loses that puck battle, and Jack Weaver not quite able to keep it inside the zone. Both teams changing lines 1 minute into a scoreless first period. Good hustle there by Garrett Myers to keep that puck onside. The energy level in both games very high for preseason hockey, and don't kid yourself. They don't mail it in just because it's preseason. These are proud players, and we saw Peters and Franklin Regional go particularly hard in a penalty-filled first game earlier tonight. Nice pace to start this one. Planets win the puck battle. Shea Clark, who had a big goal in the Penn's Cup semis against Char Valley, fired that puck from the left point, and making his first save of the night, Barberi of PCC. Kane Phillip had the game-winning goal for the Vikings against the Baldwin Highlanders last week. Fires that puck wide, and ultimately it comes the length of the ice for icing against the Planets. Get a look there at Adam Gal. 2 preseason wins thus far. 176 goals against average, 961 save percentage. Wraparound try by the Vikings. Daly will misfire. Daly behind the net. Dispossessed. And it'll come now to the corner. And it ricochets out in front for Gao, who will cover it quickly. Central Catholic, the designated away team for this quarterfinal game. They are the number 5 seed out of 6 in the elimination round. Mars, the number 4 seed. And we told you about that unconventional scoring system for round-robin play. It actually benefited the Vikings in a big way as they lost a round-robin game to Shaler, but actually advanced past Shaler into the elimination round despite the fact that the Titans ran the table in pool play. Save made there by Gao off the face-off. Mars bench expressing their approval. Coming in behind the net, Gavin Watson. He fires it through the blue paint. Ethan De Silva gaining, Max Pitkins, 98, not to be confused with 88. Gaining center red and dumping it in before coming off for a change. Sean Crowley retreating. Masidi trying to chase him down. The other number 15, meanwhile, Tersch of the Planets, gets it up ahead, and here comes Mars. Weaver in front. Oh, that pass glanced just off the stick of Joey Santa. Santa, one of the JV move-ups last year for Cody Black. Braden Lewinner unable to keep that in at the point. Jack Weaver resetting the play for the Planets deep in his own end. Crowley near side, paired out here with Tersch. Gets it inside the Central Catholic line before LeWinter sends it the other direction. Tersch on his backhand for Crowley. Settled down and played out in front. This puck bouncing around and finally controlled by Nick Halliburka, son of PIHL Commissioner Tom Halliburka. Haven't seen Mr. Halliburka yet tonight, although I'm sure he'll be making his presence felt in the building at some point. Again, tomorrow night, the semifinal round. Wednesday, we expect the commissioner to be in the house for the championship game and subsequent trophy presentation, as he was in this building a year ago. The Alpha Complex in Harmarville, hosting the tournament formerly known as the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off for many years before it moved here to Castle Shannon, as the Planets get the game's first goal like a boss. Xavier Basola, his tournament-leading 7th to put Mars on top 1-0 right at the side of the net with Barberi in the prone position. Four goals in his last 3 games now for Basola in the 2025 preseason. Planets draw first blood. Vikings with a dump in. And they play it near side for Albanese. Lavelle camped out at the right point but has to retreat as Basola forces this puck up to center before he's tied up by Sargo. Chris Sargo had a power play goal in the loss to Shaler that made a world of difference for the Vikings. That goal gave Central Catholic 3 in the third period to Shaler's 2, and in hindsight may very well be the reason it's the Vikings and not the Titans playing here tonight. Shaler won that game, but Central Catholic, by virtue of the preseason pool play scoring system, won the group. Sargo in the corner. 2 goals and 3 points for him altogether last week in 3 games. And up the boards it'll come now. With it is Phillip. Phillip, the all-star, to the corner. Will Daw, the 5th, the defenseman and varsity newcomer, playing it up to center. Now the Planets only dressing 6 defense in the preseason. A little bit shorter bench from that standpoint than the other teams we've seen here in the knockout round. Mars dressing 21 altogether, so already looking a little bit more like a conventional regular season roster from a numbers standpoint. Central Catholic with 27 in all in their preseason roster as Barberi covers that one. Barberi, the central netminder, a 32-save whitewashing of those Plum Mustangs for his only preseason win entering tonight. Also made 8 saves on 8 shots faced in relief of goaltender Collinson Bergwin, who was roughed up by Shaler in that second pool play game that the Vikings lost. Barberi making a big impact and Central Catholic being here as well. Alex Gatto retreating to the corner. Pinned against the corner boards by Daly. Brophy fighting for this puck. Judah Brophy wearing number 27 tonight for the Central Catholic Vikings, as opposed to the number 11 appearing on our preseason roster. Tie up in the corner and penalties are forthcoming. Actually, only one may be forthcoming as Barberi was about to go off for the extra Central Catholic skater. 9:35 to go in a first period that favors the Planets by a 1-0 score, but it's the Vikings who get the first penny power play of the night. Garrett Myers will feel shame for 2 minutes and then get free, holding the indication against the Mars forward. And Brophy out here to center this number 1 power play unit for Anthony Rako. Planets win the own zone draw, though, and Basola, who has the only goal, gets to clear. Brophy takes the outlet pass. And it'll come back to Albanese. Albanese side of the net. Shot, score! Chris Cross, applesauce for Judah Brophy. Myers takes the proverbial walk of shame, and we've got a 1-1 score with 9:11 remaining in period 1. A perfect cross-ice feed to Brophy in that left circle, and he made absolutely no mistake about that one, blowing it past Gal. Not a lot Gal could have done about that. Santino Strobel. 2 points in the preseason. He wins the ensuing faceoff for Central Catholic. And he's stood up in the corner by Crowley. Worked out in front, intended for Strobel, but that tic-tac-toe pass is broken up by Matt Lestigian, the big defenseman. De Silva in transition. Ethan De Silva off the side of the net. Barberi looked like got a piece of that puck as well. Halfway home in period one, a hard hit there into the Vikings bench. Shane Berthold no worse for the wear. Pitkins has to hurry this puck along now for Tersch. Tersch surrounded by dark jerseys as he fires over the blocker hand of Barberi. Tersch reversing to Pitkins in the corner. Grant Weaver. He's had a strong preseason with 4 points in pool play. Clark lost the handle. Strobel behind the net. Out in front it comes. Point blank save there by Gow. It's still loose. Vikings are hacking and whacking. Gow flopping like a fish. He gets back up. Without a goaltender stick, however, as he watches this puck played along the near boards. Gow is sitting duck as this puck is deflected toward goal. And fortunately for his sake, Mars survives that little fracas. Basola from distance. Blocker saved by Barberi. Steal by Basola. He shoots off the knob of Barberi's stick. That close to a second for one of the hottest hands in the tournament. There's still plenty of time for you to sponsor our live hockey coverage for the 2025-2026 season. Imagine your brand being seen nationwide, live and on demand, 24/7, 365 on TenbandTV. Buy a full season package now and get full sponsorship benefits for PIHL, College Hockey Mid-America, and College Hockey East broadcasts. Contact Jody at sales@tenbandmedia.com or visit tenband.tv and click advertise and use the discount code TBTV Hockey at checkout for 10% off your ad purchase. Another stoppage here with just over 7 minutes remaining in period one, and one's across the board here in Castle Shannon. Xavier Basola leading this tournament unofficially with 11 points now, including tonight's contest. He gets the goal for Mars early. Central Catholic countering on the man advantage thanks to Judah Brophy. Sargo pressured by Myers, who was in the box for that Brophy tally. Near side. McGurk unable to get it across the line for the Vikes. Travato backing up the play, and up it'll come to Sargo. Sargo from the left circle. He's met by the stick of Dan Maloney. Maloney up the right wing boards. Travato and company retreating. He and McGurk paired out here defensively as the puck is turned over. Ethan Vactor crashing the party and looking for it. Comes all the way to the near corner. Vikings out-battle the Planets for that puck, but Mars keeps it in the zone. Out in front it comes. Deflected wide by Myers just beyond the reach of Jack Weaver. Vactor in possession for the Planets. Weaver unable to shake off his man. Maloney from the corner. Both teams changing on the go. Clark up for Santa. It's worked out in front and knocked aside by Barberi. Grant Weaver trying to provide a screen, but to no avail. 5.5 left in the period. Daly on goal. Toe save made, and the rebound is stopped by Gal. LeWinter let her rip. Lavelle draws the attention of two Planets. Grant Weaver stood up by the Central Catholic back check, but a turnover to the Mars Planets. This puck still available. Cleared right down the middle. A chancy play there by LeWinter, but it gets the job done for Daly. Aaron Daly hitting the bricks, going cross ice now for Lavelle. Lavelle around the horn for Daly. Daly out in front. That went just underneath the stick of Masidi. LeWinter around the dasher for Daly. Daly from the opposite side now. Maneuvers around Tersch. Daly, good size, good hands. He protects that puck. Cross ice it'll come. Central trying to set up another east to west play like the one on which they scored that power play goal, but this time Mars anticipating. And again, both teams will change on the fly with time ticking away in the first. Strobel with lots of speed in on Gow, and Gow with a smattering of applause settles it down. And we told you about Gow's heroics against Pine Richland in pool play last week. 31 saves for Gow prior to that in the revenge game, if you will, against Avonworth to begin this PIHL Charities tournament. And in a twist of irony, perhaps, Mars going on a 7-goal run in that game to nail down the victory after giving up the first goal to the Lopes. Steele in front, shot. Oh, unable to elevate it was Pitkins. And Mason Barberi is owed a steak dinner. 3:36 to go, first period, and Barberi somehow down but not out, was able to get a piece of it. Gatto off the faceoff for the Planets, to the corner for Lestigian. Gatto to the corner for Lestigian one more time. Lestigian with it now, looking for a passing lane in front, but the Vikings took that one away. De Silva was trying to get open right in front of goaltender Barberi. Now a turnover to Lestigian. Stick save by Barberi. De Silva floats it on goal. I'll take that. Thank you very much, says Mason Barberi. Wholesale changes for both sides before this faceoff in Central Catholic ice. 3 minutes exactly remaining in the opening frame. Jack Weaver unable to keep that faceoff inside Vikings ice. Albanese going in after that puck. And the Vikings will leave it for McGurk. McGurk to the opposite corner. Sargo collects it near side. Turned over to Gatto. Gatto in a tough spot defensively there for the Planets, but is able to get that puck free, but not all the way outside the area. Vikings force a turnover, and they have this puck at left point. McGurk from distance. That was blocked. Central on the rebound. It's backhanded now off Gow right in front. Albanese had as good a crack at that puck as anybody, excuse me. Trying to give Central their first lead of the hockey game. Under 2 to go in the period now. Sargo harassed by Vactor from behind, and Vactor is able to jar that puck loose for the Planets. And he and Vactor continue to go at it, and I got to think they're both going to go here, Sargo and Vactor. And indeed, it's coincidental roughing penalties with 1:47 left in the first. And Cody Black evidently arguing for a instigation call of some sort. And still talking to this USA Hockey crew as the puck is dropped inside Mars ice. LeWinter in front. Lead pass intended for Basola, but a good break up there by Travato on the back check. Clark and Maloney paired out here for Mars, which gets the puck back to center before Haliburka has to retreat to keep it away from Cooper Stevens. Daly in front of his own bench. Resetting for LeWinter. LeWinter up to Haliburka. Haliburka met immediately by Mars. And the Planets are flying to those loose pucks in this first period. We've noticed that much. Give away to Basola. Basola on his backhand, trying to go out in front. It's still loose and cleared off a body. This puck still available and controlled by Haliburka to the boards. Basola with it now for Mars. Basola tees it up, and Barberi makes that save on the clever shot by Shea Clark. Mars with a relentless forecheck, and they're forcing all kinds of turnovers and giveaways inside Central Catholic ice, but Barberi weathering the storm with 42 ticks to talk in the first. Strobel wins the faceoff for Central Catholic and dumps this puck wide of Adam Gal. Back to center, it'll come now for Lavelle. Cross ice for Gavin Watson. Watson sends it around the Mars boards one more time with 20 to go in the period. Out in front, Gal makes that save. He was almost caught leaning the wrong way by Santino Strobel, but got a piece of it with his left pad. 10 seconds left now. Lavelle would be wise to just protect this puck, and he's going to send it up the boards, and eventually it'll come to Watson, but Watson's not going to have time to do anything, it appears. Tersch nips that play in the bud, and after one, it is 1-1. Pittsburgh Central Catholic and Mars tied here in the quarterfinal round of the PIHL Charities Tournament. I'm Matt Popchock. Second period to come on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Gonna get up pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoot! He scores!
Proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, now doing business as Blood Cancer United. Blood Cancer United is the leading organization for everyone affected by blood cancer, and it has been since 1949. They're all about blood cancer, so people with blood cancer can be about everything else. Call 800-955-4572 to speak with an information specialist Monday through Friday, 9 to 9. Visit bloodcancerunited.org to donate now. And that is one of 3 charities that are benefactors of the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament. Thanks to everyone who has bought tickets or donated to all 3 charities thus far. 3 great causes, and we'll tell you about them all throughout the night. As Adam Gow covers, the side switch has occurred, and second period hockey is going on here at the Ice Castles trackside rink. Again, we'll be back here tomorrow night to see one of these teams take on the Seneca Valley Raiders at 6 p.m. Eastern Time in semifinal number 1. Semifinal number 2, pitting Peters Township, tonight's earlier victor, against the Hempfield Spartans. Here, it's Central Catholic 1, Mars Planets 1. The Vikings getting a power play goal from Judah Brophy. Brophy's 3rd of the preseason, after Xavier Basola scored his tournament best 7th early in the game for the Planets. And Basola losing his lid in a whistle quickly halting action 43 seconds into the period. Grant Weaver winning the faceoff just outside the Central Catholic line. Goes in after his own dump in, met immediately by LeWinter. Maloney from the point. That ricochets off a couple of Central Catholic skates before it's settled down by the Vikings defense. Maloney giving chase in the corner for Mars in his own zone. Planets take it over, and they try to find at center ice Stevens, who comes away with it eventually for Mars. Stevens on goal. Hard save made there by Barberi. Planets have the rebound. Stevens in scramble mode trying to catch up to that puck in the corner. Listigian colliding with the shoulder of Albanese. Mars wins the puck battle. Myers tied up by Dante Albanese. And eventually it's flipped back to center by Lavelle. Chance now for the Vikings. In tight, but Mars able to break it up on the back check. Chris Sargo looking for goal number 3 in his preseason. And from an angle, that puck fired off of the body of Adam Gow by Gavin Watson. Planets control the rebound. Listigian across center, has Pitkins on his right. Listigian firing from an angle, that'll miss. And it caroms all the way out to Tersch back inside his own line. Listigian lets it go for De Silva. De Silva stood up neatly by McGurk in front of the Mars bench. De Silva to the corner. Stepetic chasing this puck to the far boards. Tersch cutting out the pass. And Mars able to exit the zone. But here comes Daly for Central Catholic. Daly with a snapshot above the circle, and that's held by Adam Gow. Planets continue to hold their own in the face-off circle, but taking that shot on goal off the turnover was Travado, and Gow is called into action one more time. Masidi wins this one for Central Catholic. Travado through a crowd. It's loose right there inside the crease and cleared in the nick of time by Jack Tersch. Oh, what a tense moment there. Planets in transition. Jack Weaver trying to set up Vactor, but the pass was broken up. Halaburka gains the red line and sends it around the boards. The Vikings have had their chances to jump on top, but Gal has been there and in the meantime done some bargaining with the hockey gods, perhaps, as his counterpart Mason Barberi makes that save. David Ketterer taking his first shift of the night. Barberi loses the goalie mask, but makes a save. And that'll bring an immediate whistle. It looked like Ketterer had control of that puck, but was overwhelmed quickly, and Barberi, flopping out in front, was able to freeze it for the faceoff. Central Catholic wins the own zone draw, and they chip it up their own boards and inside Mars ice. Berthold had to step on his man. Gal making the save at the far post. 12:45 till the ice cut, and we are still tied here in quarterfinal number 2. Berthold to the circle. Score! Gavin Watson nuzzles that nylon. It's 2-1 Vikings. Slap hands. Gavin Watson with a fiery snapshot from the right side. It gets past Gal, and Central Catholic does get that elusive go-ahead goal. Well, Mars, one of the top teams in Class 1A the last couple seasons, holding their own to this point against the perennial Class 3A team, the Central Catholic Vikings. Central Catholic taking the 2-1 lead, though, on the goal by Gavin Watson, his first of the preseason. Maloney has the red line, sends it in for the Planets. And it's sent out now by Albanese toward goal. Gal trying to play it aside with the broadside of the goalie stick. Bouncing puck to the near boards. De Silva. No hesitation on his part. Icing on Mars with under 12 till the ice cut. To the corner it comes, and now back beyond the Mars blue line. Vactor fighting for possession, and a hand pass called against the Planets in the neutral zone. And that's where they're going to drop this one, in neutral ice, just outside Mars territory. Vactor settles it down with a high stick. He can't touch it. And after a pregnant pause, this USA Hockey crew will call for another face-off, this time inside the Mars line. These two teams combining for 31 goals in pool play. It's been much more about defense and goaltending in this one, at least so far. Central Catholic jumping on top 2-1 with a recent goal by defenseman Gavin Watson. Daly unable to fire from the circle, and now his spinorama attempt is denied by Gal. Vactor from his own corner, trying to get out of his own teammate's way. That was Shea Clark messing with his mojo. Planets do get it up to center, though, for Garrett Myers. Myers around one-man Lavelle. Nobody knew where that puck was for a moment. Brophy with it. Puts it off of Gal's stick and off the side of the net before it ricochets off the glass. Out of play in the protective netting inside the Mars zone. Both coaches making line changes. Tersch from behind the Mars net. For Stevens defensively, it's turned over to the Vikings. Halliburka giving chase, but Tersch got there first. McGurk retreating. Out to his right, intended for Strobel. That pass too heavy. Tersch with it in the neutral zone, and he'll send it in for the Planets. McGurk one more time deep in his own zone. Keeps it simple and goes to Halliburka. Masidi down the middle. Halliburka taking off that puck by the Planets defense. McGurk from distance. That's blockered away by Gal. Just an innocent-looking attempt from 60-some feet, and Gal had to be ready. That was headed right at him. So they drop it from whence that shot came, roughly. Vikings in control. It bounces in on Gal, who makes a save. Rebound, score! Kane Phillip against the grain makes it 3-1 Vikings. And I am not going to pay a lot for this muffler. Kane Phillip from the right wing circle. We talked about in the first period how Mars was just flying to all those loose pucks. Well, two can play that game. That was great hustle by Anthony Rayco's alternate captain, and he catches Gal down and out and really not in any position to make that play, and it turns into an easy Viking goal, so they get some breathing room here with 9:20 to go to the ice cut. Vikings 3, Mars Planets 1. 3 unanswered by PCC. Gatto erroneously into the visiting bench, and that might have caught the hand of one of the Vikings. Looked like Albanese was trying to shake himself off there. It appears to be all right, and he'll be out here for this shift for Anthony Rayco. Rayco, his claim to fame being the head coach that finally got the Seneca Valley Raiders over the Penguins Cup hump several years back. And Seneca Valley last year winning their first Penguins Cup since that Anthony Rayco championship team in historic fashion, winning a marathon game at the Lemieux Complex and then winning their first ever state title with a victory over mighty Holy Ghost Prep. Seneca Valley, a rare grand slam, if you will, of Western PA high school hockey. They won the tournament, then known as St. Margaret, last year, so they won this event. Then they won the PA Scholastic Showcase during the holiday break. Then they won the Penguins Cup, then they won the PA Cup. How often can any PIHL coach put that on their resume? Now, speaking of the 25-26 season, there's still plenty of time for you to sponsor our live hockey coverage for the upcoming Western Pennsylvania Scholastic Hockey Campaign. Imagine your brand being seen nationwide, live and on demand, 24/7, 365 on TenbandTV. Buy a full season package now and get full sponsorship benefits for PIHL, College Hockey Mid-America, and College Hockey East broadcasts. Contact Jody at sales@tenbandmedia.com or visit tenband.tv and click advertise. And be sure to use the discount code TBTVHockey at checkout for 10% off your ad purchase. Some traffic in front of Mason Barberi, but ultimately no harm done. Aaron Daly counterattacking for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. His team up by a pair. Turnaround shot by Brophy, who got that 3-goal run started with his power play marker in the first, and it'll lead to a face-off in Mars ice. From the corner, Berthold going after it for Central Catholic, but the Planets are in possession. Jack Weaver out to Myers. Myers to center. Strobel, near side, intended for Berthold. Intercepted by the Planets. Clark from the half wall. Clark trying to outmuscle the entire Central Catholic team there in the left circle. Nothing doing. Myers under some pressure. McGurk with a steal. And in the corner for the Vikings, down low to Masidi. Mateo Masidi, his wraparound try. It looked more like a wraparound pass, actually. Changed his mind at the last second and tried to set up Berthold, but to no avail. Planets to make a line change with 6.5 to go in the second period. Down by a deuce. McGurk around the boards. Grant Weaver up but not out. That shot deflects in on Gal from the right point, and Gal makes that save vis-a-vis Ray Travado. Travado with a multi-goal effort last week in the Mercy Roll victory over Baldwin. And one of the up-and-coming varsity players on Anthony Rako's squad. And that's the thing. There really isn't a breakout star per se on Central Catholic. They're just a bunch of very hard-working players and talented players who are trying to develop chemistry and play well enough to win. Central Catholic, as we said, a middle-of-the-pack playoff team last year. 9-7-0-3 was their regular season record, good for 30 points, and lost that tough defensive battle to rival NA in the quarterfinals of the Penguins Cup tournament. Their last playoff win, the 2017 Penguins Cup semifinal. They were ousted in the final that year by Rick Tingle's Peters Township Indians and still looking for their first playoff victory since. And Mars, we told you about their run last year, overcoming that preliminary round toe stub in 2024 and getting all the way to the Penguins Cup final, but coming up short against Avonworth, another team from northern suburbia. Daly, far side, with under 5 to play in the period. Central Catholic operating on the penny power play as Maloney is in the sin bin for the Mars Planets. Vikings 1 for 1 thanks to Judah Brophy. And Brophy fires into the glove hand of Gal. .53 to go and the man advantage. Both coaches changing special teams personnel before this face-off. And Brophy's going to stay out here as Masidi wins the draw. McGurk from the high slot area takes the pass, waits, watches, shoots, and is stopped by Gal. 42 to go in the power play. 4:22 to go in the period. Vikings trying to add to a 2-goal advantage. Central controlling off the faceoff. Gal there again with that left paw. David Ketterer forcing the faceoff. Phillip losing an edge, getting knocked down in front. And he's still in front of that Mars net as Ketterer wins the puck battle. Waning moments of the Central Catholic power play. Their second of the night. Ketterer with the pass. The shot is stopped by Gal. Good effort there by Travado. Better save by the Mars All-Star. And Gal cannot keep that one out. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Central Catholic 2 for 2 on the penny power play. Kane Phillip with his second of the period and the game makes it a 4-1 lead for the Vikes. A 4-goal tournament thus far for Kane Phillip, Central's alternate captain. And that looked like it hit something as it snuck in past Gal, but Phillip will take him any way you can get him. Planets win the face-off, force it inside Central Catholic territory. And special teams and goaltending, that's the cliche. And that one by Daly for a heartbeat. I thought Daly had one there, but it strikes iron, and then Brophy overshoots the mark. And you knew that next goal would be big no matter which team scored it. And Vikings now look like they're ready to open the floodgates. 4 unanswered now for the team in dark blue. That shot through heavy traffic is blocked. Weaver trying to play it up for Basola. Basola got Mars off to a rousing start early in that first period. It's been all downhill for the Planets from there. Gal not going to take any chances with 3:03 to the ice cut. Masidi ties up Grant Weaver in the circle, but Basola's there to back him up and tries to lead it on for Stevens. Good play there by McGurk to break up the attempted pass. Crowley sends it back to center. Weaver crisscrossing with Stevens. Stevens in no man's land there as it's turned over to Watson, who has the go-ahead goal for Central Catholic. Time ticking down in period 2. Vikings building a comfortable lead as Gal makes a nifty save there on Phillip. Phillip furious with himself as hat trick watch goes on a little bit longer. He was right there on Gal's doorstep, but couldn't deflect that puck quite where he wanted to. Gal well positioned to force the faceoff. Pitkins across the line for Mars. Pitkins into the glove hand of Barberi, who's been able to take a bit of a holiday in this second period. Central Catholic and that forecheck of theirs giving the Planets a lot of fits, and it's led to 3 goals by the Vikings here in the middle frame. Pitkins in the corner. To Gatto. That save made by Barberi. Daw shooting it through heavy traffic. Listigian with the rebound for Mars. Final 2 of period 2. Listigian again to Gatto, who fans on the attempted pass. Now gets it to Listigian. Listigian forcing the stick save from Barberi as it goes out of play. From behind his own net, LeWinter plays it up to Brophy. Brophy unable to exit the zone, turned it over to Myers. Myers to the corner. That centering pass blocked by LeWinter. It's loose in front. Vikings supporting their tendy as best they can, and Brophy is able to deflect it off the Mars bench and all the way through center. Final minute of second period play. Jack Weaver over the line. His shot pass deflects to the near boards. Aaron Daly building speed. Daly trying to center it for Brophy. That pass broken up. Good read there by Clark in front of his own goaltender. Weaver for Myers. Myers to a wide open Vactor. Vactor back to Myers. Myers couldn't tuck it around Mason Barberi. Well, the Mars bench can't believe it. That would have given Mars a much-needed shot in the arm before the ice cut. Basola with one more chance, I should say. Daly giving up the body to send that puck out of play. 5 ticks to talk now in period 2. And Gal's going to stay in the net at the other end. Still too much time to think about going there as the Planets do win the faceoff. Stevens fires quickly, but it's blocked, and that'll do it. Time to cut the ice inside the trackside rink here at the Ice Castle. Pittsburgh Central Catholic taking the lead over the Mars Planets. The Vikings on top 4-1. I'm Matt Popchock. More to come after the ice cut intermission. Here we've got live coverage of the PIHL Charities Tournament 2025 edition on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
The other number 15, meanwhile, Tersch of the Planets, gets it up ahead, and here comes Mars. Weaver in front. Oh, that pass glanced just off the stick of Joey Santa. Alpha Complex in Harmarville, hosting the tournament formerly known as the St. Margaret Fall Faceoff for many years before it moved here to Castle Shannon as the Planets get the game's first goal like a boss. Opposed to the number 11 appearing on our preseason roster. Tie up in the corner, and penalties are. Brophy takes the outlet pass. And it'll come back to Albanese. Albanese side of the net. Shot, score! Chris Cross, applesauce for Judah Brophy. Away in the first. Strobel with lots of speed. In on first goal to the Lopes. Steal in front, shot. Oh, unable to elevate it was Pitkins. Stick save by Barberi. De Silva floats it on goal. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Mars. The Planets are flying to those loose pucks in this first period. We've noticed that much. Give away to Basola. Basola on his backhand, trying to go out in front. It's still loose and cleared off a body. This puck's still available by Halliburton to the boards. Basola with it now for Mars. Basola tees it up, and Barberi makes that save on the against the Hempfield Spartans. Here, it's Central Catholic 1, Mars Planets 1. The Vikings getting a power play goal from Travado, and Gal is called into action one more time. Mesiti wins this one for Central Catholic. Travado through a crowd. It's loose right there inside the crease and cleared in the nick of time. David Ketterer taking his first shift of the night. 12:45 till the ice cut, and we are still tied here in quarterfinal number 2. Berthold to the circle. Score! Gavin Watson! Halliburton taken off that puck by the Planets defense. McGurk from distance. That's blockered away by Gal. Shot came roughly. Vikings in control. It bounces in on Gal, who makes a save. Rebound, score! Kane Phillip against the grain makes it. Isn't a breakout star per se on Central Catholic. They're just a bunch of very hard-working players and talented players who are trying to, there by Travado, better save by the Mars All-Star. And Gal cannot keep that one out. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Central Catholic 2 for 2 on the penny power play. Inside Central Catholic territory. Special teams and goaltending, that's the cliche. And that one by Daly for a hard ticking down in period 2. Vikings building a comfortable lead as Gal makes a nifty save there. Weaver for Myers. Myers to a wide open Vactor. Vactor back to Myers. Myers couldn't tuck it around.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Gonna get up pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime. And don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up pretty baby.
Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham, score! Ethan Cunningham, hat trick, game-winning goal. The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup, and Ethan Cunningham is a local hero.
Do you have a favorite leather couch or chair that's damaged? Has your car, boat, or RV's interior seen better days? Maybe your business's furniture or your private aircraft's interior could use a little love. You're probably thinking replacement is going to be expensive. And what happens to the damaged piece after you throw it out? Does it just end up in a landfill? It doesn't have to. Fibernew specializes in the restoration of leather, plastic, and vinyl. To get an estimate, connect with us today.
Discover the heart of Pittsburgh at Mount Washington Shop and Save. At Mount Washington Shop and Save, we're more than just a grocery store. We're your neighborhood destination. From the freshest local produce to gourmet delights, we've got it all under one roof. Experience convenience, quality, and savings all in the heart of Mount Washington. Mount Washington Shop and Save, where Pittsburgh shops with a view. Shop smart, shop local, shop Mount Washington Shop and Save.
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's official health insurance marketplace. How can I help?
Would preventative care and screenings be an option?
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest cost on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Gonna get up pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Hewitt creating space. Hewitt turning. Scoring! Marshall Hewitt has won the Penguins Cup championship for the Seneca Valley Raiders with 12:29 to play in triple overtime, and don't ever play Lady of Spain again. Shoots, he scores!
Thank you for calling Penny, PA's health insurance marketplace. How can I help you?
I need help paying my health insurance premiums.
You came to the right place. Penny gets you the lowest costs on high-quality plans.
Enroll now at penny.com. Paid for with Pennsylvania taxpayer dollars.
Play It Again Sports in Greensburg is your locally owned and operated sporting goods store. We set ourselves apart by offering a wide variety of both new and used equipment at competitive prices. Located in the Greengate East Plaza, below Walmart. Play It Again Sports' knowledgeable staff will help you and your family prepare for every athletic season. Whether you're looking to buy, sell, or trade, we are here as your one-stop shop. At Play It Again Sports in Greensburg, everybody plays.
Gonna get up pretty baby. Gonna get out of this rocking chair.
Pass Cunningham. Here comes Cunningham between the defenders. Cunningham, score! Ethan Cunningham, hat trick, game-winning goal. The Ramblers win the 2025 2A Penguins Cup, and Ethan Cunningham is a local hero.
Do you have a favorite leather couch?
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
Proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament benefit the Multiple Myeloma Research Foundation. Multiple myeloma is a blood cancer that develops in plasma cells in the bone marrow, the soft, spongy tissue at the center of your bones, and it is common in underserved populations. The MMRF is the largest nonprofit in the world solely focused on accelerating a cure for each and every multiple myeloma patient. Visit themmrf.org to donate now. One of three charities that are benefactors of the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament. Matt Popchock returning, observing the freshly cut ice here at the Ice Castles trackside rink in Castle Shannon. Pittsburgh Central Catholic trying to punch their ticket to tomorrow's semifinal round, leading Mars. Vikings 4, Planets 1, as the teams have returned for third period action. Basola through the blue paint. That pass on a wing and a prayer came to Crowley. Crowley interrupts the Central Catholic breakout for Stevens. Cooper Stevens to the near side. Basola, who had the first goal of the game in the first period for Mars, giving chase. Chance the other way now for Julian Lappy as Gal misplayed that puck, pulling a Dominic Hasek and coming well off his line to play it. And that went right under Gal's stick and almost trickled in for a fifth Central goal. As it is, the puck goes out of play near corner in Mars territory. Vikings 2 of 2 on the power play and getting great goaltending from Mason Barberi. That old chestnut, special teams and goaltending. Barberi looking to collect his second win of this preseason tournament. Going into his sophomore year at Pittsburgh Central Catholic. De Silva colliding with Gavin Watson, far side. Going to make that Thomas Lavelle. Lavelle unable to win that puck battle, but with it is Phillip. Phillip off of Gal, and Gal was able to keep that one from becoming a natural hat-trick goal. And Phillip had that grade A chance at goal number 3 late in the second period, put it literally right into the body of Adam Gal from right in front. Goals 3 and 4 for the rising senior, or current senior, I should say, now that the school year has started. And that's how much my head is spinning. It's still hard to believe. Always sneaks up on you fast, whatever Western PA school district you're a part of. And a great back-to-school tradition here at the PIHL. The PIHL Charities Tournament, an event that began over 30 years ago, prior to the PIHL era, as the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off. A lot of the high-profile teams in Western PA, traditionally participants in this tournament. Last year's tournament winner, Seneca Valley, will be in action tomorrow night as the number 1 remaining seed this year. And they'll be taking on one of these two clubs. Puck goes out of play with 14:09 to go in the third. Weaver against Nate Morgan, who's been very active, and the Planets sneak it by Barberi. Oh, an oopsie daisy by the sophomore leads to a goal for Alex Gatto. Barberi not ready off the faceoff. Gatto got rid of the puck quickly, and before Barberi knew it, it's 4-2. And still time left in this game, 14:04. Gatto's first of the preseason, and the Planets get a lifeline. Weaver towards center. Basola with it. Basola, cross ice intended for Stevens. Grant Weaver behind the net now for Mars. Out in front, Stevens unable to bring it to his forehand. Taken over by Sargo. Sargo to the corner, icing on Pittsburgh Central Catholic as the Vikings were changing lines. Anthony Rako with some last-second instructions for Aaron Daly, and the Vikings would love to get him going before the night is out. He's been relatively quiet, one of their top skill players coming into 2025-26. Blocker save made there off the draw by Barberi. This time he was ready. Central has the rebound. Jeff Stepetic taking an infrequent shift here for the Vikes. Went cross ice, I should say. And now he hustles back as Judah Brophy has to play it under pressure inside his own line. Stepetic takes the lead pass, splits the D. Stepetic from goal line extended, gets rid of that puck. Brophy still under duress to the point for Lavelle. Stepetic around the boards, but right to Mike DeMarco of the Planets, as Cody Black will empty his bench a bit as well to evaluate some of his lesser-known talent in the third period here. Central with a clean face-off win. Ketterer helps get it to the point for Travado. His shot was blocked. Good play by Ketterer to get it up ahead now for Lappy. Lappy dispossessed in the corner by Tersch. And Tersch pays the price for getting that puck up to center, but he does just that as Vactor is knocked on his wallet. Ketterer unable to start the breakout for the Vikings. 5 minutes into period 3. Only goal thus far, a bit of a fluky one by Alex Gatto of the Planets. Central Catholic's lead reduced to 2. Crowley retreating for Myers. For Jack Weaver now up the near boards. Cooper Stevens just gets rid of that puck nonchalantly. And it'll come now for the Vikings to Lappy. Lappy put it off something on his way toward goal. Jack Weaver goes down near side off the hit by Lappy. Planets able to get it just outside their own zone. Basola to that puck. Puts it off a Central Catholic body as he and Lavelle collided. It's out of play. This puck into the Central Catholic bench, so we'll do it again from the same spot. Masidi Wins it but can't control it. Grant Weaver puts it out in front. Basola had his stick tied up. Good defensive work there by LeWinter. Vikings get it back to center. Lavelle trying to go near side for Phillip. Phillip with a dump in. Halliburka giving chase for PCC. He gets there before Maloney does. Turnaround shot and a hard one by Phillip. Catches the blocker hand of Adam Gal. Grant Weaver up to Xavier Basola. Basola above the circle, and he just misses the bar. Basola a bit frustrated with himself as that puck goes over the glass. 7 goals for him, including 1 tonight. 11 points overall. Basola, the tournament's leading scorer through Monday's games at least, one way or another. And that's, of course, barring something drastic from one of the Vikings. But it looks like Basola will go into Tuesday night as the tournament scoring leader regardless, as that puck bounced a bit awkwardly through Gal's pads, but no harm done. Final 10 minutes of regulation. Vikings 4, Mars 2. PIHL Charities Tournament. Elimination game number 2 of 2 here tonight at the Ice Castle. The quarterfinal round, as it is called. Winner goes on to play defending state champion and defending St. Margaret champion, for that matter, Seneca Valley. Seneca Valley in this barn winning last year's tournament with a late rally past Mount Lebanon as Gal makes a point-blank save on Chris Sargo. That could have been a dagger there. And Gal's been certainly a busy young man tonight. And trying to keep Mars alive. Daw to center. Daly waiting for his teammate Stepetic to get back on side. He does. Brophy from the corner behind the net. Brophy reversing the play now to LeWinter. LeWinter off of Mars' body, and to the near side it comes for Daly. Daly slips it to Brophy behind the net. Brophy out quickly to LeWinter. Brophy stick check by Vector. To center for Myers. Myers for Jack Weaver. Weaver to Garrett Myers. Myers turning it over to LeWinter. Tersch pivoting in front of his own bench. And with help from Jack Weaver, he gets that puck the length of the ice legally. Vikings forced to play it from behind their own net. Vactor will get it deep one more time. Mars changing on the fly as that outlet pass misses everything and everybody, but it will not be icing. Central Catholic going for a line change now. Lead pass to Joey Santa. Santa lets it go to the corner. Lavelle there in plenty of time for Central Catholic. As Brophy, Ketterer blew a tire there in his own zone, and he seems to be hurt. Ketterer just lost his footing and kind of went down awkwardly as that puck went back towards center ice. Well, he appears to be well enough anyway to take this faceoff for the Vikings to the left of goaltender Barberi. Won by the Planets. Tersch missing the net. Tersch into Central Catholic territory. Lavelle up for Ketterer. Meeting that puck at center is Tersch. Strobel off the glass to center. It'll come now to Ketterer, who is blasted by Grant Weaver. Heck of an open ice hit there by one of the two Weavers on the Mars roster. Grant and brother Jack back on varsity again for Cody Black this year. Lots of siblings on the Mars varsity roster the past couple of seasons since Black, the former North Allegheny player, took over this varsity team. Phillip to the corner, chased by the other 22. The one in white, Daniel Maloney for Mars. This puck battle rages on, and eventually Masidi comes away with it, but he can't shoot it. Now Masidi retaliating at center on Pitkins, and Masidi might have taken a penalty there. He did. 6 to go in regulation, still a 2-goal game, and a chance for the Planets now to thicken the plot on the Penny power play. First chance of the night for Mars as Masidi goes off. And off the draw, Barberi quickly called into action. And now without his goaltender stick as Brophy tries to clear the zone and does for Pittsburgh Central Catholic. Crowley, cross ice to Gatto. Correction, that's Vactor entering the zone for Mars. Jack Weaver in the corner. Crowley. Across for Tersch. Tersch's shot blocked. Daly taking one for the team. Now he lays out to try and force this puck back to center. Brophy unable to clear. Now Brophy with it at center ice. Brophy 1-on-2 shorthanded, puts it in on Gow, and Gow hangs on long enough to constitute the whistle. 1:21 left in the minor penalty on Matteo Masidi. 5:21 left in this game. Central Catholic 4, Mars 2. Vikings looking for a big PK here to protect this lead. Albany's around the boards. And with it now for the Planets, Grant Weaver. Weaver flying up the right side. Weaver out in front, Lestigian unable to complete the one-timer. Final 5 of regulation. Final minute of the power play for the Mars Planets. And here is Alex Gatto, who has the only goal by either team so far in period 3. Saved there by Barberi. And the net dislodged behind the Central Catholic Tendy. Play stopped with 39 to go on the penalty clock. And to the corner it'll come now for Weaver. Weaver muscled off that puck by McGurk. Nice play deep in his own zone. Vikings just trying to eat up that penalty clock any way they can. With it now, Ketterer shorthanded. He's taken off the puck by Gatto. But Central does the duty. They get that puck deep. Lestigian with the last rush for this Mars power play. Lestigian from an angle. That hit off Barbarian. Looked like it caught the side of the net in the process. Central Catholic has killed it. Under 4 to go in regulation. Masidi goes back to his bench. Team's back to equal strength. Grant Weaver turns it over to Strobel. Strobel across the line. Strobel from an angle trying to pick the corner but missed. Jack Weaver on the counter. Look at Strobel fly to get back and give him a little what for. And is that going to be a penalty? Yeah, Strobel caught him up high with the elbow, and You saw Jack Weaver nodding. He knew it. And so the Planets get a second consecutive power play chance with 3:36 remaining. Elbowing the call against Santino Strobel. And with that in mind, Cody Black, his team down by 2, will use his timeout. Now, proceeds from the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament benefit the ALS Association. ALS, or amyotrophic lateral sclerosis, robs people of the ability to walk, talk, and eventually breathe. You can be a breath of fresh air by helping them to find a cure. Remember that viral ice bucket challenge from many years back? Well, it's coming back, and that's just one example of how your donations have aided the association's research, disease education, political advocacy, and more. Visit als.org to donate now. One of 3 charities that is a benefactor of this 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament here at the Ice Castle for Elimination Week. Knockout games beginning here tonight with the quarterfinals. Mars with a late power play, needing 2 to keep this thing going. Big face-off win by the Vikings. LeWinter unable to clear, but Brophy will do the honors. And we'll keep one eye on the net down to our right as the Planets move forward with their second straight penny power play. Brophy unable to get it out of the zone. Crowley cross ice for Tersch. Tersch, side of the net. Oh, that was fanned on by Vactor, and he had a wide open net to shoot at, too. Big break there for Central. Tersch missing up high, and it comes all the way back to center. Whoever they pray to on Fifth Avenue, they pray to the right people. Mars that close to making it a 1-goal game, and still with a minute of power play time to attack here as Crowley has this puck. And that'll glance off the skate of LeWinter. Off the tie-up, it comes to the right point for Tersch. Tersch to Weaver. Net's still occupied down to our right as Weaver's shot is blocked and his pass is errant. And play whistle dead. And is there a penalty behind the play? There is, evidently. And that's against Basola, slashing the call, and he can't believe it. So that puts the kibosh on the Mars power play, and potentially this game, if the Planets can't find something to cook up at 4-on-4 here for another 38 seconds. Puts a damper on any plans to pull Gow, I would imagine, as well. So Mars without its top gun for most of the rest of regulation. Still needing 2 to tie. Myers over the line. Dropping for Daw. Central Catholic with 2 big penalty kills with time ticking away in this final period. And now the Vikings have an abbreviated penny power play. They're 2 for 2 already. And aren't those 2 goals looming large at the moment? Midway through this Central Catholic power play, and all the Vikings want to do is not do anything foolish with this puck, as that backhand try is blocked by Maloney from the prone position. Shot through a crowd, snagged by Gow off the stick of Watson, looking for his second. Exactly 1 minute remaining, and 47 left on the penalty clock. The minor to Basola, and You see Joey Santa kind of slamming his fist against the Mars bench in frustration. The Planets were able to make it interesting early in this third period, but Central Catholic has since slammed the door. Chance for Pitkins. Pitkins forgot the puck. The slushy or uncut ice perhaps playing a factor there, as it looked like Pitkins might have had a clear path to goal. 40 to go in regulation now. Again, the Vikings just have to keep this puck deep any way they can, and they will for the moment as Gal makes that save on Berthold. Berthold to the point for McGurk. McGurk cross ice for Travado. Travado missing the net with under half a minute left. Berthold. It deflects out in front. Pitkins has to play it back to center. That's his only recourse. Time's going to run out on Mars. And the Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings have a semifinal date with the Seneca Valley Raiders at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. 3 seconds remaining. That's it. And that's all. Maloney has nowhere to go. There's your buzzer. That's your hockey game. Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 4, Mars Planets 2. It was a battle. And the Vikings win that battle with special teams prowess and some big saves from that fellow right there, number 1 in dark blue, Mason Barberi. His second win of the tournament. And again, your semifinals are set. It's Seneca Valley versus Pittsburgh Central Catholic in Game 1 at 6 p.m. tomorrow night. Semifinal 2, Peters Township Indians versus Hempfield Spartans at 8 p.m. Both games right here at the Ice Castle and on TenbandTV. Thank you again, Todd Kazarowski. Thank you, Kennedy Kazarowski. Thank you, Dustin Beck. And thank you for watching and listening. We will see you back tomorrow night. And before we sign off, remember, there's still plenty of time for you to sponsor our live hockey coverage for 2025-2026. Imagine your brand being seen nationwide, live and on demand on TenbandTV. Buy a full season package now. Get full sponsorship benefits for PIHL, CHMA, and College Hockey East broadcasts. Contact sales at tenbandmedia.com. Ask for Jody. Visit tenband.tv. Click advertise. Don't forget the discount code TBTV Hockey. It gives you 10% off whatever ad you buy. The Vikings take it from the Planets 4-2. I'm Matt Popchock. That's all she wrote. Back at it tomorrow night for more coverage of the 2025 PIHL Charities Tournament on TenbandTV.
It's a PIHL Hockey Night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL.
The other number 15, meanwhile, Tersch of the Planets, gets it up ahead, and here comes Mars Weaver in front. Oh, that pass glanced just off the stick of Joey Santa. Alpha Complex in Harmarville, hosting the tournament formerly known as the St. Margaret Fall Face-Off for many years before it moved here to Castle Shannon, as the Planets get the game's first goal like a boss. Opposed to the number 11 appearing on our preseason roster. Tie up in the corner, and penalties are. Brophy takes the outlet pass. And it'll come back to Albanese. Albanese side of the net. Shot, score! Chris Cross applesauce for Judah Brophy. Away in the first. Strobel with lots of speed in on first goal to the Lopes. Steal in front, shot. Oh, unable to elevate it was Pitkins. Stick save by Barberi. De Silva floats it on goal. I'll take that. Thank you very much. Mars. And the Planets are flying to those loose pucks in this first period. We've noticed that much. Give away to Basola. Basola on his backhand, trying to go out in front. It's still loose and cleared off a body. This puck's still available by Halliburka to the boards. Basola with it now for Mars. Basola tees it up, and Barberi makes that save on the against the Hempfield Spartans. Here, it's Central Catholic 1, Mars Planets 1. The Vikings getting a power play goal from Travado, and Gal is called into action one more time. Masidi wins this one for Central Catholic. Travado through a crowd. It's loose right there inside the crease and cleared in the nick of time. David Ketterer taking his first shift of the night. 12:45 till the ice cut, and we are still tied here in quarterfinal number 2. Berthold to the circle. Score! Gavin Watson! Halliburka taking off that puck by the Planets defense. McGurk from distance. That's blockered away by Gal. Shot came roughly. Vikings in control. It bounces in on Gal, who makes a save. Rebound, score! Kane Phillip against the grain makes it. Isn't a breakout star per se on Central Catholic. They're just a bunch of very hard-working players and talented players who are trying to, there by Travado, better save by the Mars All-Star. And Gal cannot keep that one out. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Central Catholic 2 for 2 on the penny power play. Inside Central Catholic territory. Special teams and goaltending, that's the cliche. And that one by Daly for a hard ticking down in period 2. Vikings building a comfortable lead as Gal makes a nifty save there. Weaver for Myers. Myers to a wide open Vactor. Vactor back to Myers. Myers couldn't tuck it around. Weaver against Nate Morgan, who's been very active, and the Planets sneak it by Barberi. Seneca Valley in this barn, winning last year's tournament with a late rally past Mount Lebanon as Gal makes a point-blank save. Battle rages on, and eventually Masidi comes away with it, but he can't shoot it. Now Masidi retaliating at center on Pitkins, and Masidi might have taken a penalty there. And here is Alex Gatto, who has the only goal by either team so far in period 3. Save there by Barberi. That backhand try is blocked by Maloney from the prone position. Shot through a crowd, snagged by Gal off the stick of Watson. Your buzzer, that's your hockey game. Pittsburgh Central Catholic Vikings 4, Mars Planets 2. It was a battle.
It's a PIHL hockey night in Pittsburgh. It's a great day for PIHL